it's like that. Positive energy. Calm, positive, calm. Yeah. You see me, might sound hard than a trap, but I ain't gonna talk no gibberish. I'll talk facts about how we've all been lied to, but we don't care about that. Constant distractions, all setbacks with iPhones and iPads, all that crap. Can't get rid of it, even though at times I'm a hypocrite, struggling, but I never tell myself I'm gonna quit. League on my own, I'm hardly seen around of that goes. Third eyes open like nobody knows I'm crazy. The most people don't know, so I speak my mind, cause that's what I chose. When I talk real talk, then I expose, cause I got a lot to say, cause I know not just that, the feelings inside most. Like, it's positive energy. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy, that's what I'm bringing, and that's what I'm meant to be. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy, that's what I'm on, and that's what I'm meant to be. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy. I'm like positive energy, that's what I'm bringing.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Ross Barnett Show. Can everybody hear us loud and clear? Everybody give us some signal. What you saying, Barn? Oh, go on, blood. It's hot, you know.
It's not hot, bro.
It's
You got
hot in there,
fucking body warmer on.
Bro, I like my
Or a ghillie.
My gilet.
It's not hot at all, man.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. Obviously, I'm going straight into it. I'm getting straight into it.
Alright, hold on. No, go on. Say your thing.
Going straight into it.
Say your thing.
Going straight into it. Finale of Power. I'm getting straight into it. Nah.
Wait.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I'm not.
Fall back.
Nah.
Fall back, bro.
I ain't.
Fall back. Look, first of all, guys, I want to say welcome to another episode of the Ross Barnett Show. I want to say a big up to everybody who's tuning in right now. Shout outs to Shani. Shout outs to Donna. Shout out to Shezzy. Everybody who's tuned in, thank you. I want to say a big shout out to MJ as well. So everyone who tuned in last week, man like MJ, welcome to Cardiff. Big up to MJ and everybody from Cardiff who tuned in. It was a big episode. We hit 5k views, which for me is phenomenal. Like, I was mad gas, so thank you so much to everybody who did tune in, and I hope you really enjoyed that episode. This week, we got another special guest, so man like Clayboy, who's going to be talking to us a little bit later on in the show about his Street2Boardroom program. So we're going to have a chat with him and find out what was his inspiration behind it, and kind of bring you guys the story so you know exactly what blow with that particular situation.
Also,
Go on.
Also, we want to welcome our new sponsors. Word Life, big in the game. Shout outs to the Word Life team. Shout out to Crazy. Shout out to Rakes. Definitely big support. Shout out to the whole team over at Word Life. Fantastic to have you guys on board. Thank you for supporting us and becoming our newest sponsor. And thanks to all of our existing sponsors as well. Do you know what I mean? We haven't forgot man like Lee from Supertonic. Shout out to Dom at Create. The Plug King boys. Everybody. Shout out to the Golden Walk. Everybody. the Chows.
Everybody. The Chows. Everybody. So yeah.
Not Lamb Chow.
So alright then. So look, now without further ado,
Get into it.
Go on.
I'm just get into it. The finale of Power.
The finale. Why are you saying it like
the
that?
finale.
Is that what mine's going on?
Yeah.
Bougie.
The finale, bro, of Power.
What did you think?
It wasn't. Everyone was all hyped up about it. It wasn't that hype. It was kind of the main thing for me that I liked about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that, well, two things actually. That Kanan's gonna be rolling with Tommy and Ghost.
Yo, hold on, bro. You're throwing.
I don't give a shit. They should have watched it from now. It was on from Monday.
Damn, B. Aight.
They should have watched it from now. I don't care.
Do your thing.
When I was abroad waiting to watch Game of Thrones, people were throwing up spoilers. I don't care. I'm saying what I want to say now. I don't care. Right?
All right, go on. Go true.
And then obviously there's I'll do it undercover now. There's a thing that's going to happen to Tasha, which I'm really happy with if it happens.
Okay.
Or not Tasha.
Tasha. Yeah. Okay. Bro, you're throwing mad spoilers.
I don't care.
Nah, come on, you gotta curb it a little bit, bro.
No.
You know, there's certain people I've seen on the timeline. There's certain people who's only on like season 3 of Power and shit. Like, there's certain people who are, and that's always the case with series anyway. You get some people who are really like The Wire. I've watched the first 2 seasons and that's it. So I'm like, Do you know what I mean? So
bro,
not everyone's up to it, bro. All right, just let them have it. Then,
those people, they're obviously tomatoes and they need to catch up. That's all I'm saying. Like,
all right, so let them have it.
Come on, like, well, I'm not gonna say nothing about Tasha, but I'll give you that Kanan is gonna be teaming up with Ghost and Tommy. And Tommy's one of my favourite characters in the whole show. He's my favourite in the show.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
There were some of my friends from the hood putting up pictures. Who would you want a role? Who would you call for as your guy to go to?
Oh, I seen that post. Now I'm rolling with straight Mad Max from Shutters, innit? Mad Max, blood. That's who I would want to roll with, because he's bodying everything. Obviously, Tommy's pretty crazy though. You see the way Tommy boxed up his mum?
He went and strangled her. He goes, oh man.
I know,
he doesn't
Tommy
care.
was listening to Eminem on the way over to his mum's house.
Oh, you idiot.
When he just had to slap up his mum. I know he was listening to an Eminem album on the way over, you know. But yeah. But nah. Big. Like, Tommy is big in the game still.
Like, Tommy does not get the props.
Nah, he does, bruv. Everybody who I speak to about Power, they rate Tommy, bruv. He's sick. But Ghost is just... to me, he is the ideal lead character. Like, in this day and age, from a modern perspective, he is the man, bruv. He's intelligent, he's sharp, he don't take no shit. Like, bruv, they've done I think, what's her name? Courtney something, the woman who's the writer of that program.
Yeah.
She's done an amazing job. And if you look at the next, but if you look at the next year, 50 Cent is going to be dropping some mad heat on that Stars network, innit? Because that BMF series is coming, and those people who know about BMF, you know that's going to be an amazing story. So,
50, holler at us, man. Like, I'm not just a singer. I'm not just a comedian. I'm an actor. I can cook.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm a great father, a great husband.
Bro. Why are you telling 50 Cent you could cook for?
I'm not. I'm just saying,
check for cooking for.
When there's people around and his chefs let him down, I'm there. I can cook up that jerk and all that. You get me?
Yo, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Aye, Playboy, aye.
But yeah, he's on a couple of the episodes. He's playing a lot of British music.
Yeah, no,
he's playing a lot of British music.
There was that crime MC from Brom.
Yeah.
He dropped about 2 episodes ago, and do you know the funniest thing? I was watching on social media. I had no idea who this guy was. I seen people talking about there's a grime artist. I done a bit of research. I found out who the artist was. For like 24 hours, I was fully tuned into who that grime artist was. I was like, yeah, he's sick. Now, I can't even remember the guy's name. But big up to you anyway, bruv, because that tune you did drop in Power was sick, and you have got some good music. So peeps, do check the guy out. I know it might sound a bit disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but do go and do your research and find out who that guy is, because he has got some
you do your research first.
Some good music, innit? Yeah.
But now, Power, for me, obviously, in the beginning, when we started the show, I weren't into it at all, was I?
Hold on. No, you wasn't. Shout out to Kai, JK from Brom. Big up, Kai. That's what it is, JK.
Okay,
yeah,
big up,
when
JK.
we first started talking about, when I started talking about Power early, when we first started this podcast, this guy used to say, oh, is that a BET program? And he, don't get it twisted, folks, he was saying that in a derogatory way, innit? He was saying that in a stereotypical, oh, is it BET? Explain yourself to the viewers, boy.
Yeah, BET, because BET to me was a company is still a company that's owned by not people from the street. So they don't mind making people, look bad and stereotype people. And that's what I thought it was, a stereotypical program. And it's not. It's about a guy from the streets who starts his own business, legit, and that's what it was about, and it's very interesting.
Well, he's trying to go legit, or he's making that transition.
He's gone
legit. Tunnel vision, because he's not on it. Like, he doesn't want nothing to do with it. And why should he? They're very intelligent in that program, because they never really make many references to how much money's involved, but we all can see it's clearly large sums of money. So you got to kind of ask yourself, like, how much this is, and we talk about this later when Clay comes on and we're talking about Street2Boardroom, but how much is enough money? Because it come in I think some people don't, in fact, not even I believe that with some people, they just love the game. It's just the love of the game. And if you just love the game,
thrill,
it goes beyond money. It's It's like what Mitch said to AZ in Paid in Full, innit? He's like, if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man. And that's how some people feel.
Yeah.
That's how they feel, bro. So, I mean, but that's all I got to say about that. So, what else has been going on, bro? I know I sent you some good topics this week, bro. We got some good topics. Come on, Playboy. What we got?
You tell me what we got.
Something that's happened today.
Everything on mine's depressing.
Sana Lathan, yeah. For those of you who don't know who Sana Lathan is, she's a beautiful African-American actress. She was Blade's mum in the first Blade movie. Yeah?
Oh, sugar.
She is boom. She's raw got a skiffle. Hold that in your boat. She got a skiffle, innit?
So?
A boat. Nah, bro, that's... Okay, let's talk about this. What do you think about women with bald heads? Like, do you like that look? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't like that.
I think sometimes it shows the beauty of the woman's facial features and everything without the hair there, and that you actually get to admire their face.
That look by pulling back their hair.
Nah, why?
The same effect.
Why? That's like, why can't they have that haircut? That's
they
fine.
can. Just my personal, I just personally like for a lady to have a little bit more hair than
that's your preference.
A skiffle, fam.
Yeah, what's wrong with? There's nothing wrong with that. Look at flipping Amber Rose.
I don't really look at Amber Rose's head top. More time when I'm looking at Amber Rose's neck down. You get me?
Well, there you go then. So why do you even care what the top looks like?
That's Amber Rose. Sana Lathan is
saying.
Beautiful. Like, I've liked her ever since.
Is she still beautiful?
Yeah, I guess so. It was hard. There was a lot of glare. Do you know what I mean? When I was looking in the picture, there was a lot of glare coming off of her head top, so I couldn't really see her face too tough.
Hair don't stop the stare. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Nah, it's just not.
I think it looks fine. Some women can carry it off. Some can't. It depends.
I agree.
It depends on the facial structure, the size of the head. Have they got a big forehead? Have they got a small forehead? Have they got the long piece at the back? Have they got a cone head? You know, all those things you've got to take in, and I'm sure she got some good advice from her hairstylist before she went ahead and did that.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Look, do you know what I mean? More power to her, and I'm not knocking anyone who's got that hairstyle. I just say my personal taste, I don't really like it. I wonder what was the motivation, like why she actually did it. I wonder. I'd be interested.
She might have been hot.
She might have just been hot. That is actually a good.
You know, sometimes when you like for me, sometimes it's been hot summertime and my hair's pretty long, and I'm like, do you know what, flip it, and I just shave my hair off straight.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I can see that. That's kind of just like, you know, got you under.
I really like Sana Lathan.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
It's just like, imagine Beyonce came out tomorrow with a baldy.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, maybe.
She's not my woman.
Not for me, but anyway. Let's move on to that. Anyway. Let's move on to that. Shout outs to Marcus Barnabas as well. What you saying, Marcus? You're right. It could be to do with a movie role.
Yeah,
that's a good point. So yeah, hopefully it's something like that. All right. So another topic that's kind of come up recently. So John Lewis have announced that they're gonna start selling gender neutral clothing for children.
What is that all about?
What do you think about that, Barnett?
What is it? What is? I don't understand what it is.
It's clothing that is not labeled. So I'm guessing it's going to be neutral colors, or I honestly don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Sometimes, like, you can buy girls wear t-shirts that boys wear, and boys in these days wear jeans that women wear and stuff. So I don't understand why they. Isn't it called unisex?
Yeah. Unisex. Yeah.
So why bring out these clothes now for kids? I don't know. It's just. It's not even the kids. The kids ain't even going to be going and buying the stuff. It's the parents.
Yeah.
It's not like the kids are going to be flipping 3 to 8-year-olds walking around Primark with flipping brown bags buying their clothes and stuff, is it? It's their parents that are going to be buying the stuff.
That's true. I think that society is going a bit crazy right about now. I think that this whole gender assignment and not wanting to put these quote-unquote labels, like, what's that all about? Me, call me old school. I'm from a time when a boy was a boy and a girl was a girl. If you was born with a penis, you were looked at as a boy, and if you were born with a vagina, you were looked at as a girl. But hey, what do I know? That's just my opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So, you know, more power to the people who want to embrace that sort of thing. And my days of having children are over. I've got 3 beautiful children. I don't want any more children. But when my grandchildren come, I will probably be looking for clothing that has
boy or girl on it,
either blue or pink. But hey, each to their own.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Kai saying that take him to Mars. He said it's the gay agenda. What's your comments on that? Do you think it's the gay agenda?
I don't think it's a gay agenda, because there's people out there that's saying that they don't have a gender,
yeah,
and they're not gay, and they're not heterosexual. Is it heterosexual?
Yeah, heterosexual is one of the
and they have no basically thing. They're classed as a
you get asexual. You get asexual. Asexual is when you're apparently just not interested.
And I just don't understand that. It's just that people are getting more and more. Well, just making more and more genders, and we're not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, I agree.
There's just more and more genders. Like people, I don't even know what to say on this subject, because it confuses me. So
your answer to is it the gay agenda? Your answer is no. You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's all. I think we got to wait to see how this thing pans out and plays out, and where it kind of goes. I did read some commentary, and I think it was from a John Lewis spokesperson. See the political correctness there. I didn't say spokesman or spokeswoman. I said spokesperson. But they were saying that they were hoping that in the future that it's a more common thing, and I think they were saying their end goal is that there's no longer a boys section and a girls section. It's just a children's section. So I think that's something that they want to make more commonplace.
Are they going to do that with men's and women's clothes then? Just mix the men's underwear with the women's underwear?
Bro, these are incredibly androgynous times. Like, everything is mixed these days. Like, guys wear jeans or like bottoms, I don't even know what material they are, that look to me kind of like leggings. Like, to me it looks like that. But it might be denim, but it's really, really tight. So the whole kind of traditional role of what a male would wear or a female would wear, that seems to have just gone out the window.
We say that though, but back in the day, men actually used to wear tight jeans.
What do you mean back in the day?
Back in the 1940s, the rock and roll times and that, they used to wear tight jeans.
But they didn't look like those though.
Yeah, but they were tight jeans.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference with tight jeans or like really fitted jeans and leggings. Like, I hope I can articulate this in a way that everybody understands, yeah? The trousers that some of these old school rock stars used to wear and the trousers that you see a man with now in town on a Saturday night, they're not the same. The cut's different. Like, that's my interpretation.
Because the rock stars used to wear women's jeans.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
And that's just a fashion.
And then you got, like, in the hip hop world today, you got people like Young Thug wearing dresses, and
and certain people wearing crochet tops and long, like, goes down to near the knee, Skepta.
Yeah. So it's a different time out there. It's a different time.
Oh well.
Anyway,
Enjoy what you wear, whatever you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
And whatever haircut you want to get, embrace it.
Yeah.
And enjoy it.
Yeah.
Flaunt it.
For real. Alright, so this whole North Korea thing seems to be bubbling non-stop. I know it's been kind of like an on and off subject for the last as long as Trump's been in power. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see it escalate into a full-blown conflict? Or
nah, nothing. I don't think nothing's going to happen. I just want to know what they've got that the Americans want, because that's the only time Americans kick up stink, and it's because they want something that a country's got. And that is it. I'm not interested in what America are doing, to tell the truth, at all.
Right.
They've got bigger things to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that is sad though, because you look online and I'm very conscious that there's always propaganda and every piece of information. There's so much misinformation out there. It's very hard to navigate through. But I've seen people on the timelines of many social media platforms saying they need to get North Korea. And I'm like, you people are completely programmed into what you've been fed. They're spoon feeding shit to people and people are eating it. And what is quite disturbing is that most logical people, you could sit down with them and you could talk about various different stories and they would be comfortable to say, that was a bullshit story, that was a cover-up, that wasn't a cover-up. So why are you willing to accept that the government and the media feed you bullshit about certain subjects, but then on other subjects, all of a sudden, it's credible? That makes no fucking sense to me. So, me personally, I don't know nobody in North Korea, yeah? They're not on social media.
I do, the president.
They're not on social media. So how the hell do we know? It's like, it's a funny one. It's like, yeah, they're sending these missiles out. Okay, they're sending these missiles out. Like, they're sending threats. Like, we can't even take none of that. Like, for all we know, Kim Jong-un is just an actor in an American studio, like, just filming some mad videos. Like, I just don't know, innit? So, I hope that there is no conflict. I hope that if they're going to impose sanctions, which is what they claim to continuously do, just go down that route. America, from my perspective, unless a missile gets sent and it lands on your shores, or it actually gets sent into the atmosphere and it's on its way, you need to calm your ass down.
China said they'll shoot it down if anything gets things.
Exactly.
So I don't understand. There's something that they've got that they want. You can carry on believing the bullshit that your president that you didn't want is feeding you. And that's all I got to say about that. Watch Snowden. That's all I'm going to say. Watch Snowden. That will open up your eyes to a lot of things that go on in America and how they work to get things that they want at the cost of human lives, shall I say. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, so talking about costs, I sent Barnett a story a few days ago. I hope you remember, about the couple who live on £1,250 a year. Do you remember that article?
What?
So there's this couple and they live.
What?
They basically live on a farm somewhere, right? I'm going to try and get the details up. But they live on a farm and they live in they've built this kind of shed on these people's land and they take care of the land. But in return, they live, they live on, it costs them £1,250 a year to live.
Wow.
They basically dig up their own toilet. So they dig a toilet and then I think they call them compost toilets or something. Okay. So they basically fill up the hole, they use it, literally, and then they move on. Well, what do you think about people who can live on £1,250 a year? A year, bruv.
It depends, innit, what you got around you, I guess. We live in a city, in an environment where we need money all the time. That's not lasting me.
Man said money. I'm thinking about soap. Soap, innit?
What do you mean soap?
£1,250 a year. You ain't buying no soap. Don't lie. You probably ain't even buying toothpaste.
Bro, you can just roll some mint leaves together and just scrub your body. You smell minty fresh.
Yo, bruv. I don't know what these people do. But it was impressive. I am quite intrigued. That
in the UK?
Yeah.
Oh,
let me get the story up, bruv, real quick.
So, heating bills are well over £1,200 for the year.
Bruv, the heating bills must be crazy, bruv.
Water bills?
Crazy.
Flip that.
Yeah, I sent you the article, bruv. I can't find it now. You was meant to do your research. Cornwall. They live in Cornwall. So, a Cornwall couple live in a makeshift hut on just £1,250 a year. Sarah Simpson, she's 27. Nigel Metham is 44. They survive on just the essentials, living rent-free in a Cornish coastal fort in exchange for looking after the land.
So is that how much they get paid a year?
I don't know where they get that $1,250 from, but, it's pretty crazy. They smoke fish, meat and vegetables on a hand-built cooking contraption and forage for mushrooms, berries and herbs.
What kind of
herbs?
I
think it's kind of commendable,
Yeah,
it's kind of commendable still.
Yeah.
12, I would. What, if I could live on 12.50, I would save some crazy money. You know, if I could just do that for 1 year.
You won't be able to cope.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to go. But
No way.
there's people out there people with families struggle on £1,250 a month.
That crouching over the hole.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah, that's probably not the worst thing for me. That I don't know.
They ain't got toilet paper, man.
That's what I'm trying to say. What
They're
are
using
they
leaves. They're using leaves. Oak tree leaves.
Oak tree leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Back in my days as like a kid, I used a leaf or two still, so I ain't even gonna judge him. You know what I'm saying, playboy?
No.
But let's move past that. Yeah, so that's what happened, bro. That's what happened. I'd say £1,250 a year. So, but on the flip side, there was another story about that student, the girl who was supposed to get a student loan for £85, and instead they credited her 850 grand. So it was $1 million. She was supposed to get like $100 and something, and they credited her $1 million by mistake.
I'm gone.
Do you know how they caught her? Because she was just balling, yeah. She was spending bare money, and like somebody, I think, who was part of her university noticed that she was going on a little bit lavish. Like I think she was getting like expensive weaves and all that done, yeah. She might want to link up with, yeah. Anyway,
Wow.
and like somebody spotted that something was going on outside of the ordinary, and apparently they like found a receipt, and then they sold her out basically. They basically informed somebody and let them on to the fact that she'd made that money.
I'll be gone, bro. I'll be gone.
Not
Do you
before
think?
whooping the ass of that person who snitched, innit? That person deserves to get bracken.
Yeah, but she's a fool for going getting
that's-
weaves and all that shit.
that's-
I would have been gone. See that money? I would have been gone. I would have gone to Thailand, somewhere where they can't even find me. I'm
Yeah.
gone.
In Thailand, you'd live a nice life, bro.
With that?
Life, yeah. Not even like time, not have a nice time, you'd have a nice life on it.
And you can live off £1,250 a year off that in Thailand.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't know, man. It
I reckon
depends.
you could.
Depends on what. Yeah, but yeah. Either way, you're set for life.
Going
innit?
from,
So what would you
I
do? So if you got that, if you got that $1 million, what would you do?
I'm like, Tan, we're gone. Sell this house, we're gone.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
Is that enough though?
Yes, it is enough.
$1 million, 850 grand.
Yes, that's enough.
You sell up and you
Yes,
back out.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to change your lifestyle. Like you wouldn't be able to live in a place like.
I can
this.
tell you what I'm going to do right now.
Go on.
I'm not going to live here. I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to Thailand.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a nice little place. Then the money that I got left over, I'm going to open up some little businesses, selling things back to the UK. And that's me. I'm not going to do nothing. And that money's just going to build up. And they're going to come and say, oh, you owe us this money, if they ever do. And I'd be like, how do you want it? Because I've made it all back already. There you go. I'll throw some money there for taxes as well.
You'd be nice, yeah.
I'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'd be nice. It'd be a nice windfall. Yeah, I didn't know what I would do actually, but
See, I thought about, boom, I'm gone already. Tomorrow I'm cashing that money out.
it's funny because I just don't feel like that's enough money for me to like. It's not enough. Like it's enough, but I don't think that's enough for me to uproot my whole life. I don't know, innit? Everybody likes different things, and you know what I mean. I don't know, but not for me. Not for
Right.
me.
What you got in? What have you got for us? Advertisements, because we're coming to the halfway point now.
Wait. I gotta just talk about one more subject, bro. Please,
fucking hell,
just one more. So yeah. In fact, no, I'm not even gonna.
No, you're going to do it now because everyone's fucking waiting.
What I do want to talk about, so Ace Brown, Bristol's very own. Some of you may know Ace Brown. He's always putting out good content, funny content. And he put up a video, I think it was on Sunday, his experience in a taxi. And he called a taxi and they were an hour late. So he gets into this taxi and basically he's saying to the taxi driver that it's outrageous that he's been and that he's had to wait so long. And he basically said, I should have just got an Uber. And like what ensued after that was quite funny, but I'll let people go and watch that in their own time and they can comment on the actual exchange. But what it did make me think about is, you know, the taxi driver was basically saying Uber's dangerous and Uber's unsafe. And I've heard that sentiment from a lot of different taxi drivers who are anti-Uber. And I just wanted to talk about like what people's thoughts were on Uber, like people who use taxis, and whether, you know, there generally is something to be concerned about, or whether it's just traditional taxi drivers scaremongering because Uber is a threat to them. What do you think, Warren?
I think Uber, every person I know that has used Uber has loved it, because you've got that sense of security. Well, on your phone, it shows you who the driver is.
Yeah.
So you can check to see who the driver is who's driving on your phone to get into a vehicle. You know who that person is. It's all logged through on a system, and they're generally really good conversation as well. Other taxi drivers now, I think, are threatened, and it's just basically a witch hunt now for these Uber drivers, because obviously they're not getting that much work. And the reason that is because the controls where they work pick and choose what jobs they actually give to people. Where if you're on Uber, as in a taxi driver, you've got work constantly. Constantly. The amount of taxis that you see in your neighborhood, and then they just piddle down, and then there's probably a few left. Their work is constant. So I think Uber, for me, even though a lot of people say, oh, it's a bad thing and that, I reckon it's a bloody good thing. It's a bloody good thing, it is. By Joe.
I agree, 100%.
And did you know that with Uber, if you've got a voucher thing on your phone, if you send that to your friends and your friends use Uber, you get money off your next Uber rides. You don't get that with taxi companies. They try and bump you as well, like either try and bump up the price, where with Uber you know what the price is going to be between £14, £17. It's never going to be over that or under that. It's going to be in between that, so you know where you stand. Where with some taxi drivers, they tell you £10 from town to Slicks, and then by the time you get to Slicks, they try and charge you £20. That's when you say, okay, I'm just going into Slicks, and you run down the lane and you're gone.
Do you know what? I agree. Shout out to Luke, Ali as well, and Shani, and Tan. But basically, I really like Uber. I use Uber a lot. I know for a fact that all Uber drivers, at least in this city, and I would imagine it's the same over the whole country, have to undergo a CRB. So they have to get a check to make sure that they're not a criminal or this, that, or the other. So that whole safety aspect is bullshit, and they are safe. The fact that you can see where they are, you can see what their picture looks like. I just think Uber is definitely the future. From a convenience perspective, it's very good because there's normally an Uber close by to you. And yeah, like Uber is the future. Even with the expense thing, and Luke said this, because I use taxis for work sometimes, like if I'm in different cities. And yes, boom, like you get in the Uber, you get out, and you get an emailed receipt within a few minutes. Like it's perfect, man.
And they're their own bosses as well. As in, they control how much they work and what they do. So you never get stressed drivers who have to work a 12-hour shift and want to get pissed off with you because you said you should have called an Uber.
Yeah. I'm not someone who goes downtown and all that anymore. That was long time ago and I was a lot younger. But I used to hate that whole Saturday night trying to get a taxi and no fucker wants to take you, bro.
Because the colour of your skin.
I don't know what it is, but nobody used to want to take me, and it used to piss me off. And I used to say to people like, here, take the money in advance, and these fuckers didn't want to take me. But let me tell you, Pete, I said this to you guys before anyway. If you go to town and a public carriage, so the blue taxis on the centre say they don't want to take you, take out your phone, film their number plate, film their face and film their badge and say, why do you not want to take me? And try and speak clearly, and just get them to say on camera some bullshit and then basically tell them you're going to report them to licensing. That's what you need to do.
All right.
No, real shit.
Okay.
Bruv, what's the alternative?
Uber.
The alternative is you switch on the taxi driver, you punch them in their face, or maybe worse, and then you're going to be in trouble. And like, all you want to do is get home. Do you know what I mean? So it is, bro. They do take the piss.
Yeah, they do,
man.
But anyway, we're gonna catch you guys at the after the break with Clayboy.
Shout out to Clayboy. We're gonna be talking about
Streets to
the boardroom. We'll be back in a minute, guys. Stay tuned.
No, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no. No, chill, my brother, yo, chill, my brother. But how could you tell me to chill when they're out here killing my brothers, yo? Fuck the music, I'm realer, my brother. And if you can't see it, then you're silly, my brother. Keep it moving, walk on the moon like MJ Thriller, my brother. And God willing, my brother, soon you'll see my brother, my brother. You ain't gotta be black to be my brother. White, black, Chinese, my brother. So when you see us, don't hate my brother, cause we don't really feel these brothers in the music scene, my brother. There's no I in team, my brother. Especially with a team, my brother. Get strong, my brother. You don't need a road cycle pitch, my brother. Make a business plan and pitch, my brother. Time to act like a king, my brother. Princess Amunda, a king, my brother. Out here looking for a queen, my brother. And silly girls trying to pre, my brother. But you don't already see, my brother. The whole of we achieve, my brother. Cause all them I try, don't worry, my brother. Don't watch me, go study, my brother. Own your own business and hire my brothers. That's a real boss, my brother. When you get rich, don't floss, my brother. Don't bad mind sneak all across, my brother. Cause you could get lost, my brother. Get found in a bag on a doorstep, my brother. I don't want no chat, brother. No, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no.
Take a step back, my brother. Waste man chat, but it's gas, my brother. And same man say that they got you, but the same man will stab you in the back, my brother. That's facts, my brother. Me, I back, my brother. Don't say my name in a track, my brother. All guys cry for attention, go get a pension. Stop in the chat, my brother. Who are you? Not one of my brothers. I know you're not gang, not a set of my mothers. I know we're not fam, not one of my brothers. Hopping on plane with spades with my brothers. And me, I got bored in the trap, so I bought me a Mac and I give it a phone to my runner. Cheese and bread to the world. I come for the girls, I'll soon be on tour with my brothers. I'm still breaking laws with my brothers. I'm still gang, still I perform with my brothers. And now I'm in a living alright, so no it's more life, but still I want more for my brothers. I got snake, no I'm not sure it's my brother. If I spot Jake, know that I'm warning my brother. Don't say that on the phone call, no man, a local, I link up and talk with my brother.
No, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no. Shut up and go back, my brother. And wherever you got it, go take your flow back, my brother. Got fire in a book, my brother. No chorus, no hook, my brother. Still I get the whole scene shook, my brother. Pepper the ting, I watch the ting cook, my brother. Yo, look, my brother. Take it to the cleaners, the ting done wash, and now you get spin, my brother. No, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no. All that lyrical, miracle, spiritual, metaphysical things dead. Just like all that killing on a rhythm, sitting and chilling, a million of sitting dead. I mean, when you get them bars are too easy. And I don't easily catch feelings, so keep going on greasy, not greasy. But don't test me, trust me, not easy. And I don't care, you don't need to believe me. Just wanna mistreat me, end up wet or bleeding. Walk alone, them man are so needy. Stop being greedy, give to the needy. DMX CD, see me on a BMX pop wheelie. What are them man screaming? Re-recognize real? I'm like, really? No, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no, everything's not blessed. For that, you best to see Pope Francis. For the longest time, my big nose man, they've been out here shelling up dances. And these MC cats better have 9 lives, cause they need more chances. I'm like, no, them man they can't see. No, them man they can't see me. No, them man they can't see me. Do my own thing, I make my own moves, the man never feed me. No, Anti-Yama Banana Productions, only for greenery. Bad boy Producky, Yama Banana.
Kill the boy at 7. Really?
No.
back in the building, man. Welcome back to the Ross Barnett Show. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in this week. Hope everybody's good. I want to say big up to Relly and JO117 on that video. No, that video is sick, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely check those guys out on all social media platforms. Big up to GMG as well, who came through with a trailer for us, a little advert. So definitely check those guys out as well. But look, without further ado, I want to welcome this week's guest, my like Clayboy.
Yeah, man, how you doing, man? You right?
Saying,
yeah, man, how you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome, man.
Mr. Street2Boardroom, yeah?
Yeah, man, just doing my thing, yeah? Working hard behind the scenes, yeah?
Yeah, I see you. So we're gonna get into kind of all of the good work you're doing. How this kind of came about from my perspective was I'm on the timeline trying to keep an ear to what's going on.
Yeah.
And basically I saw like the show reel, like the video of what your project.
Yeah.
And I was really intrigued by it, bro. Keeping it 100% because I was like, and we spoke just now before like the cameras rolled, but it's the concept of what I know of it. It makes perfect sense. Like we need to let these people know that there's a lot more to life than just the road, and they've got so much skills that maybe they hone on the road that they could transfer into a different setting. But I'm sure we'll go into that. We'll go into that. But yeah, like so for people who've never come across you before, like just give us an introduction to yourself and how you got to the before Street2Boardroom. Who is Clayboy?
Clayboy is Clayton Planter, aka known as Clayboy. A local Bristol guy, born up in Poles and Eastern. You know what? Just kind of a guy who wanted to achieve something great, yeah? Never been involved in crime, known a lot of people involved in crime. Went to a mostly white school, was head boy sports captain.
What school you
I
got?
went to Filton High School, I went to Colston Primary School, yeah?
Okay.
In my year, there's about 10 people of colour. And I was head boy sports captain, so I got most of the votes. So I knew from a young age I wanted to do something great, yeah? Really, I went into music, I was a dancer, done a bit of TV presenting myself. And really I wanted to do something different, yeah? I didn't want to be a stereotype. I felt there was a lot of black men like ourselves. We seem to always go in sports, music, but we never own it.
Yeah.
We're always the kind of, we're always kind of the product. And to me, I wanted to kind of be more of a business person, eh? So my journey was to try to learn the business side. So as I grew up and I started to do my dancing, my presenting, I wanted to know about business, yeah? Because a lot of people, we all know about how much a car costs. But you have an artist, how much money is supposed to get paid from royalties. You can't tell you.
Yeah.
She can't tell you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn about the business side. So really that's about me, a guy who come from obviously kind of the streets, in a way you might say, the inner city, the ghetto, the projects, but wanted to achieve something great.
Okay. So you mentioned dancing, and that is like one of the things that I remember associated with you. Are you still a dancer?
I think I'll always be a dancer naturally. I'm not a trained dancer, never been trained, yeah.
Okay.
But I think generally that was just in my blood. Yeah, my mum used to be a dancer, so it's kind of in my blood, really. Yeah? And I'm still a dancer.
Is that where it comes from? Your mum?
Yeah, it comes from my mum.
Okay.
So my mum trained.
Okay.
No one's trained. I'm not trained.
Yeah. Because for me, that's different, isn't it? That in itself is kind of different,
Of course.
Because a lot of people, like growing up from the area, can dance, but not to the level that I'm sure someone like you can dance. But you didn't really hear about that many people choosing dance as their creative outlet then.
No, not at that time. I think that time was kind of a female thing at that time.
Okay.
When we dropped the dance.
Although Barnett and his crew used to dance.
But
nowadays,
nowadays you see a lot more man going into it. But them days there was like man that was on the side and drinking up in the club, yeah. So I think that time there was a few people, but generally it was kind of a female thing, and then the man used to always look at the girl back in the day,
yeah,
and try and impress them.
Velcro Batmans,
yeah. What was the club? Where did you used to like dance?
IQ.
We had it. No, what was it? We had the Vision. You called it.
Oh yeah.
You guys talked about
we
that,
talked about that last week. Yeah.
Obviously, you had the Creation as well.
Yeah.
You had the Liquid. What else did you have? The Oceana. Is it Oceana?
Oceanas. Yeah.
Evolution. Back in days, that was just a good time there. The vibe was just good that time.
Yeah.
Everybody just came to dance. Now, why? Different time, as the guy was saying last week.
Yeah. Different times, man. Different times. All right, so Streets to the Boardroom, yeah. What? And you already talked about a little bit about we never were the owners, we were always the product.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit more about what made you kind of decide, actually, I'm going to create a movement and how that came
What
about.
really made me decide when I used to work in the council and I used to work in corporate settings and I was a trainee.
Okay.
And to be honest, I got better results than my bosses. And my bosses on like 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing what made these guys, I would say, better than me on paper was the qualification and the language they could speak.
Right, okay.
For example, when I was working in the council, I used to put on events.
Yeah.
So like events for the carnival and stuff like that, yeah? And we used to do events for the the Poles and Easter and the Hartcliffe people, yeah? And these council people always wanted to write jargon letters. Jargon is kind of posh speaking, they would say, yeah?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, but a lot of these people I'm working with or working with in the community, English is not their first language. So how are they going to understand this kind of jargon, posh language? And none of the bosses understand it.
Yeah.
You speak to most people in corporate council, most of them will say, yeah, they do not understand. It's two different worlds. And because of my background, I went to mostly a white school when I lived in St. Paul's and Easton. I'm the kind of interpreter, the more person in the middle who understands both.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing two worlds together. So when you look at Street to Boardroom, I'm the number 2 in Street to Boardroom. So
Okay.
you've got Street, number 2, I'm the 2.
Ah.
So I'm looking at both sides.
You're
And I'm
translating.
bringing translate, I'm bringing two worlds together.
Okay.
So I'm the translator, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to create something where we've got positive people like yourself in the show, we own our own stuff, and we move forward.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Okay. So what is Streets to Boardroom like? Is it a course?
So of course, Street to Boardroom is a brand, it's a lifestyle brand, yeah? So what we got the 8 weeks Street to Boardroom course. And what that covers in the 8 weeks is street versus corporate business.
Right.
Yeah? So the difference, obviously, crew, team, you got your drugs, you got your product coffee, make money, lose money, profit and loss,
Yeah.
act shut, go to prison, bankrupt, lose your job, same kind of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
So we've got that as well. So we cover that in an 8 week course, and we also do that in corporate settings as well. So one of our partners is the Engine Shed.
Okay. The what?
Engine Shed.
Where's that?
Downtown. Set Square, Temple Meads.
Okay, yeah.
Alright. So we've got there as well Princess Trust.
Yeah.
Burgess Samuels, Solicitor Office.
Yeah, Burgess
So
Samuels.
one of our partners as well.
Big firm.
So what we do is we actually give you the skills, but you actually do the corporate setting as well.
Right.
And what we do, we start from the beginning. So we got man like Kiangi, he's on the first course, he's mentoring the first course, and it's a journey. So on the first one, you start with Kiangi, and then obviously then you start to understand the language, and then you present a business plan to the board.
Right. Okay.
In Burgess Samuels as well.
Yeah.
Also, what we got with Street to Boardroom, we just looking to do a Street to Boardroom board game. So big up to the kind of project manager today. You signed up to do a Street to Boardroom board game.
Okay.
Will allow you to transfer your skills on the board.
Okay.
So it's a bit like Monopoly.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously a Street to Boardroom that. We're also signed to the same company what does Apprentice.
Right.
So
Okay.
Alice Sugar's my label mate.
Okay.
So at the moment we're looking at Channel 4, we're looking at BBC. Most people are saying to go with Channel 4, but I'm the type of person who likes to take risks, so we want to try and go with BBC.
Well, why is BBC more of a risk than Channel 4?
Because a lot of people, especially urban people from the black community, say, well, Channel 4 is our place.
Yeah.
But to me, it's about breaking down doors and stereotypes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on to. I'm not interested in the same old same. I'm interested in breaking doors. And when you really think about it, BBC is international.
Yeah.
One extra, BBC 1, BBC 2, Radio 4.
Yeah.
We're also doing something with King Aggie at the moment. We're doing a show with King Aggie Radio 4 about King Aggie's life and Street to Boardroom. And we're also doing something with BBC Points West as well. So there's a lot going on, and we're just looking at, a guy got in contact with me yesterday, and we're trying to get more ethnic ex-pro football players into management.
Okay.
So the real Ferdinands, the stuff like that, into management. So I'm working with that guy on that as well. So Street to Boardroom is about a lifestyle brand. And when I mean lifestyle brand, not entertainment lifestyle brand, as a lifestyle to change your life.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. So it's independent, just like how you guys are doing. We've got partners, and that's what we're looking to take it, man.
Okay. So the category you're in, I guess, and maybe you're not in this category, and tell me that's you know what I mean. But so you're, I guess, are you described as a social entrepreneur? Is that what you? Is that?
Yeah, I'm a social entrepreneur. Yeah. So what I do, obviously, I look at social issues, homeless, ex-offenders, doing good for the world and making a living out of doing that. Yeah. So really, I'm looking to change the world, yeah, but in a positive way. So that's what a social entrepreneur does. It's not all about the money. It's about changing lives.
Okay.
So how do you? I mean, do the guys come to you about this, or do you reach out to these guys?
At the moment, I reach out. So I think it's just generally when we come back, we kind of know everybody. We all know the same people. Yeah. But however, what we're looking at now is trying to get referrals of companies. So people like Princess Trust, Shore Trust, organisation what work with people reoffended.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But what we wanted to do, we wanted to do it on our own terms. We didn't want to go to them, we wanted them to come to us. Yeah. I started my own lane. Yeah. So now the professionals are contacting me because we've been in 12 magazines worldwide at the moment.
Okay.
Sick. So we're talking about Virgin, we're talking about BBC, we're talking about a China company coming down tomorrow what's got 50 million viewers, followers on social media alone. Yeah. So what's happened now is the markets came to me. So really, I can kind of adapt what I want. Yeah. I'm not chasing anybody, they're chasing me, you know. So we're looking at different ways. And I just want to make it perfectly clear, it's not for just people involved in crime or being involved in crime. It's about somebody who wants to kind of change their life around.
Right, okay.
Regardless of where you come from. Yeah. Black, white, young, old, female. Yeah? It's about cheap people who want something confident and want to try and achieve something great with their life. Okay. That's what it's about for me, yeah?
So, like, from the community perspective, yeah, why do you think so many people choose the road or choose maybe the wrong path, whatever that path is? Why do you think that happens?
I think a lot of it's a lack of, it's fear, encouragement, thinking outside the box, motivation, the right role models. And sometimes people just want to try and go the easy way.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was just going to say.
It depends, you know, it's all that in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think generally people just want to go for the easy way. What we're trying to say, what we're trying to do is that you can still be yourself. Yeah. And still do something great, yeah? You don't need to fit the market. You guys have got your own channel at the moment. 10 years ago, you couldn't do this. Yeah? So it's about you can create your own channel, create your own lane. But however, most people felt, I think, especially in Bristol, it's not because they ain't got the talent, because they haven't got the drive.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I mean, what do you think, Barn? Why do you think a lot of people make the wrong choices as far as like going and choosing crime then?
I think, like what Clayton said, I think it's easier for them to do that, to be around their friends that they've grown up with. And we don't have that many mentors in our communities that we can look up to that kind of do things outside of what we seen every day growing up. Yeah. So I think that's what there's only a few. I mean, if you put it down to a percentage out of all the people that I know that I've grown up with who have come out of that situation, I would probably say only 20%.
Yeah.
And that is a huge amount of people to have not come out of that situation, that vicious circle that is going on. But if they would adapt, like what Clayton said, those skills that they have for what they're doing.
And people know that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'll be in 12 magazines worldwide. And when we look at the views what we've had all together, the media, the radio, we're on about 600 and something Ks views.
Wow, okay.
So nearly a million.
That's huge,
views,
huge, yeah.
Just for independent. So that tells me that people know that.
Yeah.
What we're looking to do, we're trying to change people's mindset as well. So we're not just changing people on the road. I've got to change the corporate people's mindset at the same time as well, yeah?
Right, okay.
It's like if you look at business people, you look at businessmen. 10 years ago, you seen a lot of businessmen wearing ties.
Yeah.
Most businessmen don't wear that now.
They don't wear ties no more.
Of course not. So what I'm trying to say to, we're ahead of the market. Yeah? When you look at the police in London, they're looking at strategies and how they can employ ex-offenders now. Now that's going to probably take 7 years.
Yeah.
But who are they going to come to? People like myself. So what we do, we're ahead of the market, what's going on. But most people now, 20 years, 30 years from now, the 9 to 5 jobs are going to go. That's a fact, yeah? So the entrepreneur way forward now, this is the right time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, just going back to the choices people make, I definitely agree with what you guys have said. I think that not enough people realize that they've got what it takes, and they don't have those role models, right? Because the people that they are looking up to are doing the road thing a lot of the time. But, what's unfortunate is that we're getting to the age group now where you can see all of these races, yeah? So you can see the guy who at 20 decided to choose the road, and then the guy who decided to choose the job, yeah? And fast forward to today, if you look at those same two characters, I'm pretty sure in the vast majority of cases, that guy who might have seemed square at 20 is way ahead now.
100%.
And
100%.
And I don't know what people's aspirations are, but you ask me, I would rather be financially relaxed, not free. I want to be free, but I'd rather be financially relaxed in my 30s than be in my 30s and actually think, shit, I got to change my life. But it's never too late. It's never too late.
Never too late.
But I think for the young people, the message needs to be like, do you know what? There is a different way, and that entrepreneurial route you're talking about is definitely a very, very good option for them.
It's the way, and to be honest with you, people are looking for it. Yeah? It's the way forward. Yeah? There's not a lot of choices out there, and that's why obviously I try and get people as much as from the community involved as possible. With Clayton, we're working with Clayton on some trying to do his music career. Yeah. He's going to be doing a Street2Boardroom music video, what should be feature on the reality program we have. What's going to be a Street2Boardroom reality program. Yeah. And he's going to be doing the music video. Okay. So there's a lot of options I'm looking at, talent as well in the city as well. So, but what we need to do is we need to try and it's the mindset. Once you can change that mindset, the sky's the limit, man. Yeah.
And it sounds like, having Clinton, for example, he's definitely someone who a lot of young people do look up to, and I'm sure he will be able to help change some of those mindsets as well. So that's good, man. Positive look still.
I find there's a lot more kids now into, not even into crime and stuff, but just on the streets or not in schools and things like that. And they need something like this basically to get them motivated so they don't go down that route of getting into a bad crowd and then, ending up in prison or even worse, being killed and stuff. We've got to start looking at positive people doing positive things and build up their morale and their mindset to do positive things. Because it's not about the streets.
It's not about the streets. It's getting worse. The streets ain't gonna lose in the streets. Might be a little tom pop and that's it now. Man want to stab you for something foolish over a pound. You know what I mean? So it's different times now, and even a lot of the young people going into music. So go into music. Think about being a marketing person, a music manager. That's what I'm interested in. We've got so many artists, but we ain't got no one to manage them. So this is what I'm talking about. If you want to stay in your kind of passion, the music, let's look at the management side.
Do you know?
That's what I'm interested in.
I think as well, like part of why what you're saying as well is so important is, and me and Barnett, we've had this conversation on the show like a while back. Is that I always found that like there's courses out there for young people, to do music, but none of them, from my perspective, ever taught the young people how to monetize.
This is what I mean.
Their creativity.
No.
So what happens is you're a person on the road, and then somebody says, "Make music, man. It's a positive thing to do." So you make music, and you get really into it. But then there's a day that's going to come, and you're going to think, "But hold on, I need to make a living."
What's the next stage?
And then, do you know what I mean? So I feel like there's been a massive void as far as people not teaching the youth or people in general how to monetize their passion, and that's what hopefully.
Well, this is the program. What we're doing was, as I said, what we do with Clinton was going to be on BBC Points West. And it's about lifestyle. A guy involved in crime. This is a documentary we're working on. Applies for the Arts Council money, 15 grand. Starts his music and takes off. So what this would do, they say, if this guy can do it, he's been involved in crime and been to prison a few times, anybody can do it. But what's this going to go? This is going on BBC. So this is the kind of stuff we're working on. It's not just a course. It needs to be more than that. And also the corporate side needs to understand and take these people on as well. Because remember, they don't understand that language. Diversity is the main kind of topic you're in at the moment in workplaces, but no one doesn't know actually what that means or how to deliver on that. So this is obviously where Street2Boardroom comes in place as well.
Okay, wicked. So what is your goal? What is your goal for Street2Boardroom?
My Street2Boardroom is to go international. Change as much lives as possible. The documentary program, book, board game, and really just change the way we look at society. See people, more women in power, more black people in position, and just make it more diverse. That's what I want Street2Boardroom to do. I kind of always want to have a mark on the world. You've got the Steve Jobs, you've got the Mahatma Ali, you've got, the Thomas Fords. I want to make a mark in the world, yeah? And I don't think there's anyone, to be honest, who's come from our background in this country who's done that yet. So if I'm honest to you, I'm looking to be one of the first, yeah? And
Levi Roots.
big up to the team, I met Levi Roots, it's about changing as much life as possible, because when you die, the bottom line is not about how much money you make, it's how much life you change.
Yeah. Definitely.
Word.
Definitely. Nah, that's big, man.
That is big, yeah.
That's big. Well, what you got to ask me before we get into these getting to know you questions where we
be ready for these questions. So how can obviously our viewers out there who've probably got some children or probably know people that have got some of these skills, how do they get in contact with you and try and get on to these courses?
First, let me say the course is for 18 plus.
Okay.
So 18 to 99, any age, yeah. The reason I wanted to do 18 to any age, if I have someone who's 49 on the course, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Because then he can tell his kids or tell his cousins or whatever.
Yeah.
Most courses, as you've seen, is probably like 18 to 25.
Yeah.
I wanted 18 plus to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Yeah.
You can go onto the website, Street2Boardroom.com, Facebook, Street2Boardroom, or you can go onto my page as well, yeah? So there's loads of ways you can have contact. The next course we're doing is October.
Okay, October, yeah.
Probably October the 15th, 17th.
Okay.
And just get involved. As I said, the more different people as possible. Doesn't need to be in crime.
Yeah.
Yeah? All we want is someone who says, you know what, this is for me. I want to change my life. I need some motivation. Let's go on the course.
Wicked.
And also any of our friends out there, who work in the corporate companies as well, interested, get in contact with Clayton and see how you can help, with his Street to Boardrooms.
Yeah. Big. All right, let's get into these. Let's get into these questions. Yeah. So last week we did the same thing with MJ, and it was pretty funny. So like basically, what you got to do though, Clay, you just
think about it.
Just try and answer as quickly.
Yeah, why haven't I got them?
Bro, it's the same questions from last week.
Kiss
man.
my teeth.
Kiss your teeth. All right, let me send them to you again. All right, so the first one is same. In fact, let's do it in a different order, bro. I'm gonna do it back to front, yeah. So if you had £1,000 to invest, what would you invest in?
That's a hard one, To be honest, I'll probably invest in Street2Boardroom. I'll be honest to you.
Okay. No, that's cool.
I'm gonna be real to you there.
All right.
Okay.
Come on, they come through, yeah?
Here we go. Yeah. No. I had to scroll up a little. I had to do a little bit of scrolling. What's your favourite book?
My favourite book is Think and Grow Rich by
Napoleon Hill.
Yeah,
wicked book.
Wicked book,
Wicked book. All right.
Mine's Watership Down.
All right. So your second date, you meet a partner. You got to be kind of political correct. You meet a partner,
You know the size we're living now. Look on the show. Facebook, look you up.
You got to be very we need you. We need to make sure we hold you up and you're just... All right, so your second date with your partner, is it cinema and a meal or is it Netflix and chill?
It's cinema and a meal.
Yeah?
Definitely.
All right, what meal? Where you going? What kind of restaurant?
You know what? I don't know, I'm quite in Italian food probably.
What kind of film?
What
kind of film?
I like biography films, like true stories,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
like Snowden.
I like stuff like that,
Yeah.
I don't really into the kind of the Spider-Man thing.
The action.
I like true stories,
Yeah.
Something you can learn from,
All right. Trapped on a desert island with all the food you could ever need and drink, not alcohol.
I don't drink.
What's the one extra thing you couldn't live without?
Ooh, so I've got food and drink. There's no point having a mobile phone because you probably ain't got a reception there. So it doesn't make sense, So I think generally, I think it'd just be paper and pen.
Paper and pen, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, just you could open up your mind and just...
your mind stuff,
Okay.
So I can have the phone, but if I ain't on the internet, does that make a difference?
Yeah, doesn't it?
It's worthless,
All right, it's worthless. All right.
So I think it's just as sketchy as the phone.
All right. What musician do you currently recommend people check out? So who are you feeling at the moment that you recommend people go and check out?
In Bristol, I think generally I like Aggie, if I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, King Aggie, yeah?
I think he's got a lot of potential.
I Spy, yeah? Have you heard that tune yet?
Nah, I heard that.
Oh, what?
Is that new?
Big up, yeah.
I just think, I think he's got a lot of talent, man.
All right.
It was the right hustle you can go for.
What's the one thing you'd never eat?
One thing I know, there's a lot of things I want to eat, yeah?
What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, yeah?
Snails or anything like that, yeah?
Oh, escargot, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Like, come get that celebrity, come get me. You might even get called up for that kind of thing one day, you know, bro. Would you go? If you got called to go in the jungle, would you go?
I don't mind the jungle thing, I don't mind that, yeah?
But you wouldn't be eating, nah? But, so would you do the bush tucker challenges though, yeah? But you just wouldn't eat nothing funky?
I don't really watch it too much, you know, so I have to think about it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
they might have you eating some.
It's getting
snails
close to that. I do get kind of a few phone calls, like, like the Premiership thing. I couldn't believe an agent who said they want to work with me and try and get more people of colour into management.
Okay.
And that's come from Street2Boardroom, so it's crazy.
All right, well, we'll see. All right.
So I don't know where it's going, yeah?
All right, we'll see.
Stay humble, man. That's what I
Yeah, nah, always.
You might about get your time soon as well.
All right.
All right, look. Give us one example of taking things too far.
Taking things too far. I think generally me as a person, I'm quite an ambitious person, eh? And I'm kind of a quick thinker. And sometimes I think everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
And I get frustrated.
Okay.
So then when I take it too far, I get angry and frustration, eh?
Yeah.
So I think sometimes I take it too far in that way, eh?
Okay. So now you just need to fall back to
Now I just need to chill a bit more, eh?
Yeah.
And as I'm getting older, I'm more chilled, eh? But before I used to, let's do it now. Everybody's got to be on the same page. You told me 9 o'clock. What are you? Used to be kind of not angry, but just wanting things done differently.
Yeah.
And now I got to be more chilled, so I take it too far.
Okay, here you go. Here's one for you. Brown or pink?
Brown or pink? I'm gonna go with brown.
Hey,
that's kind of a bizarre question, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Look, and that's one of them ones that's just open for interview. You can that can be
exactly.
That can be anything. So that's cool. You're gonna go for the brown. That's
I was
cool.
more shocked with the question than the thing that they answered.
All right, let's have another oral question. Yeah. So, vodka or champagne?
I don't drink, so none.
Don't drink at all.
I don't drink at all.
All right, that's good, man. That's good.
Okay.
We get you an Evian or something.
New York
Juice guy, eh?
or Dubai?
New York for me.
Yeah. Okay.
New York is winning.
Yeah, I need to go. I've never, ever been.
Aye.
All right, last question from me, and then Barnett can close it out. But you win a brand new car. What color car would you want?
Everybody keeps saying black, but I'm probably gonna go with silver.
Yeah. All right.
I like silver because it's in between. It's classy, but it's still quite cool at the same time, eh?
All right. Can't knock that.
Okay, when was the last time you were chased by a dog?
Oh, last time I changed my years. I think it was near carnival time, yeah? That's at least 10 years ago, yeah?
What happened though? What happened? Tell us the story.
I could have never, but I think generally, I think it was just one time we were just messing around, you know, in the flats one time, and I think some Doberman come out and try to chase you. I can't remember, yeah? I don't see Doberman dogs anymore. Are they still around?
Nah.
Yeah, I saw a Doberman, like, when I went camping a couple of weeks ago, I seen a Doberman.
Yeah, I seen loads down in Wales. I seen loads.
Nah, you don't really see them that
Back
much
in days,
anymore.
but it's good. It's better
Because
than
now it's all about the bully breeds, innit? Everyone wants a staff or a pit or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So okay, all right. So look, that's the last, man. That's the last. I remember the last time I got chased was actually on that. You know the bridge from St. Paul's to Easton. Yeah. And you know, just on the other side, on the eastern side, there was a guy over there, and he used to have a Rottweiler. Yeah. And his mum used to walk it. And basically, it was me, Chow. Shout out to Chow from the Golden Walk Takeaway. Neil was there, a couple of people from the area, and we was going from school, and we saw the dog, and we all seen the dog. The dog's like grazing. The dog had chased us loads of times. Everyone was like, yeah, let's run on 3. Bruv, count to 3. Bruv, I start dusting. Yeah, when I look back, bruv, them man that didn't come in it, bruv. I looked, the dog was on me, innit? Yeah, let's just say I got away in it. Shout outs to Ben, that big Rottweiler. You're probably still around terrorizing people.
That dog probably just wanted to play with you.
Probably, bruv. Probably.
By throwing you around in his mouth.
Bruv, it was the biggest Rottweiler I've ever seen, bruv.
Flipping heck. How long ago was that though? He was about a foot fucking tall back then.
Exactly. 5-year-old,
Hater. Look, alright, well, I just want to say, big up for coming on the show.
Can I just say something quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
I want to say something. So imagine this. It's young people and adults who find themselves caught up a range of legal activity, from selling drugs, theft and robbery, that they could also achieve greatness. Showing them the knowledge and confidence to apply what they have learned from the street to learn the legal hustle. It's not where you come from, it's where you go, what's important.
Easy, flipping heck. That's kind of flipping.
I got to clear that back. I might get that shit tattooed on my forearm, bro. That was like a scripture.
Get it done on mine because it ain't gonna. Your forearms are small.
Nah, big. Listen, bro. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thanks, man. Keep
Man,
what
like
you're doing,
Clayton Planter, Clayboy. Definitely check out him on social media and check out Street to the Boardroom. It sounds like it's gonna be somewhere on the screen near you very, very soon. So get in touch with their movement. Like you said, the next course is in October 15th, you said possibly.
50, yeah.
So peeps, if there's anybody out there, it doesn't have to be you. It might be somebody that you're close with who you think this course would help. Get them hooked up, man, and they can definitely.
Yeah, man,
hook you
definitely.
up, man. All right, so big up. All right, boy, man, another show, bruv. It's time for you to do your magic thing and just sign us out, fam.
Yo, listen. Listen, is this on, yeah?
It's on, bro. It's on.
You see me walking down the street, yeah? And I got my hand in my head in my hands. And I'm thinking, what is going on in the world today? People killing people can't live together in peace and harmony. You got to start learning to love one another.
And it's like that. Positive energy. Calm, positive, calm. Yeah. You see me, might sound hard than a trap, but I ain't gonna talk no gibberish. I'll talk facts about how we've all been lied to, but we don't care about that. Constant distractions, all setbacks with iPhones and iPads, all that crap. Can't get rid of it, even though at times I'm a hypocrite, struggling, but I never tell myself I'm gonna quit. League of my own, I'm hardly seen around, and that goes. Third eyes open like nobody knows I'm crazy. The most people don't know, so I speak my mind, cause that's what I chose. When I talk real talk, then I extol. Cause I got a lot to say, cause I know not just that, the feelings inside most. Like, it's positive energy. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy, that's what I'm bringing, and that's what I'm meant to be. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy, that's what I'm on, and that's what I'm meant to be. I'm about that